What's good, YouTube? I'm Darren. I'm the BowTie fragrance guy on this channel. We focus primarily on fragrances, but I like to get into talking about some style, some grooming as well, because you can smell good all you want, but if you don't look your best, then you're not going to be your best. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable the notifications by hitting that little bell somewhere right here. That way, anytime a new video is uploaded, you get notified. All right, fellas, it's the winter time. It's time to get up close and cozy. Look, man, date nights. I love date nights in the winter time because, obviously, because it's cold outside, you want to be close to somebody. So I have 10 amazing fragrances that I think are going to be great for this winter weather. So I'm going to run the intro, and when we come back, we're going to get into it. Guys, you definitely want to pay attention to this video. If you want to hear of 10 great winter date night fragrances to wear for 2024, your boys got you covered. If you want to see what's on the list, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's go.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump into the video. Don't forget, I am launching something on the 1st of January, so keep your eyes and ears open for that. But let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, guys, the first fragrance that I have here, I've mentioned this fragrance a couple times, and if you haven't, heeded to my words yet and tried this fragrance, shame on you. This is a hidden gem that nobody else talks about other than me. But I am telling you, for date night scenarios, it is one of the best. You have to trust me on this. It is from the brand of Electimus, and this is called Mercurio Cashmere. Mercurio Cashmere. What you're gonna get in this baby right here? Some tuberose, iris, caramel, vanilla, and amber. I don't have words for it. It's just good. You gotta try it. Tuberose is a fragrant note that is kind of hard for guys to pull off, but it works right here. It works here. You get the tuberose, but it's offset really nice by that powdery iris note here. And then, of course, it gets really, really sweet and sensual and seductive. Caramel, tonka bean, vanilla. You got to put your nose on some stuff to understand exactly what I'm trying to articulate to you through this camera. This stuff is fantastic. So try it. If you're going out on a date, you won't be disappointed. From the brand of Electimus, Mercurio Cashmere. All right, guys, this next fragrance is one of my little hidden gems. This is from the brand of BowTie Victorious, and this one is called Rebellious. This is Rebellious, and this is not one of their more expensive offerings. You can get this one for around 200 bucks. But what this has in it is cinnamon rose, suede, patchouli, and sandalwood. If you're listening to the notes, you probably already understand. This is really sexy. That cinnamon gives a little spicy kick, almost like a red hot kind of spicy kick to the fragrance, but of course, you have that sandalwood there to make it creamy, kind of round it out. And of course, rose always works, in my humble opinion, on a date night. Roses are kind of like a woman's best friend. So try this fragrance out from the brand of BowTie Victorious, Rebellious. All right, guys, and speaking of a nice date night fragrance, listen, before we even get to that, of course, we got to get to the point of having somebody to take out on a date. And that's why I'm glad to have the Wing Girl Method sponsor today's video. Guys, the Wing Girl Method has helped thousands of guys just like you to get the woman that they want by using this science-based method of flirting called the F formula. Now, the Wing Girl Method was founded by a fellow YouTuber. Her name is actually Marnie, and she has a very successful YouTube channel of her own, now approaching 1 million subscribers. I think she's actually hit 1 million at this point. And guys, it was all around this science-based method of flirting that she's come up with called the Wing Girl Method. And guys, because this is a science-based thing, it's not really so much about how you look. Now, don't get me wrong, that does account or matter to an extent, obviously, because we talk about fragrance and fashion on this channel. But this particular method, with this, you don't have to be Denzel Washington, all right, to get the girl that you want. You apply this science-based method of flirting, and it has been proven to work for over 100,000 men. So I always say, why not you? All right, guys, and because the Wing Girl Method is sponsoring today's video, they're gonna hook my subscribers up with an amazing deal. They're gonna give you an amazing free preview to the Wing Girl Method, absolutely free. Yes, don't adjust your screens. I said absolutely free. So make sure you click that link down in the description. And also, if you decide to use the full program, you're gonna get an additional 20% off as an added bonus. So listen, guys, if you're not having the success that you want with women, don't delay, man. Go ahead and click the link down in the description and give it a try and see if the Wing Girl Method works for you, just like it's done for hundreds of thousands of other men just like yourself. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, this fragrance comes from the brand of Maison Francis Kirk, and this is Oud Satin Mood, the Extrait de Parfum. This stuff is absolutely phenomenal. You got violet, cinnamon, rose, oud, and vanilla. Oh, man, this is just like the original, but on steroids. You only need about 3 or 4 sprays of this stuff. It's going to last you the whole night, and she's going to be all up in here, wanting to get, closer to you and, get into your scent bubble and scent radius, man. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Again, you got some rose, some oud, and of course that sexy, sweet vanilla with some powdery violet. It works, man. Check it out from the brand of Maison Francis Kirk, one of my favorites. Oud Satin Mood, the Extrait de Parfum. All right, guys, the next fragrance comes from the brand of Initio Parfum. This is Absolute Aphrodisiac. Well, what you got here is amber, vanilla, leather, and primarily I get a very nice indolic jasmine note here. So of course it's really, really sexy. You got the sweetness here and you got that kind of contrasted by that leather, again, with a nice hit of jasmine here. This is a really, really sexy fragrance to wear when it's cool outside to cold. So make sure you get your nose on it, man, from the brand of Initio Parfums. Absolute Aphrodisiac. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, we're doing a little bit of a throwback. This fragrance is from the Tom Ford Private Blend collection. This is Noir de Noir. Amazing, sexy rose fragrance. Rose, dark truffle, vanilla, and patchouli as some of the main notes. I don't really have any other words for this other than to tell you it's sexy. That's all I can say. You gotta smell it for yourself to understand what I'm talking about. I could wax poetically and go on and on about how good this rose fragrance is, but I'd rather you try it. So check it out from the brand of Tom Ford, Noir de Noir. All right, guys, this next fragrance is one of my favorites from the brand of Parfums de Marly. This one is called Hopton. Another sexy rose fragrance. I know I love rose. This is apple, caramel, rose, and myrrh. Again, caramel, candied apple. That's what this smells like. A candy apple, you're at the fair, you throw some almonds on that, and that's exactly what this thing smells like, but it is really sexy on skin. I always say this, guys, you cannot lose, in most instances, at least on my skin, when it comes to rose. So try this one out. I know there's a lot of other very popular fragrances from this brand, like Leighton and Carlisle and Harrod, just to name a few, and rightfully so. They're amazing fragrances, but when it comes to date night, this is one of the best from the entire brand. So check it out. Again, this one is called Hopton. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list comes from the brand of by Billan. I'm talking about Smoking Hot. This is called Smoking Hot. And what you're gonna get with this fragrance right here, man, of course, is that kind of hookah tobacco smoke. I heard a lot of people talk about that with apple, cinnamon, and bourbon vanilla. Again, can't really go wrong when you talk about sexy date night fragrances when you have notes like tobacco, then that sweet and kind of contrasted spiciness with apple cinnamon in the beginning. To me, in most fragrances that is a winning combination. Most notably, Alexandria 2 by Georgioff comes to my mind. Apple cinnamon is just a winning combination that just works. And again, you throw that with some smoke and tobacco, you got yourself a sexy winner. Check it out from the brand of by Billan. This one is Smoking Hot. The next fragrance on the list comes from the brand of Fragrance du Bois, Oud Noir Intense. What you get here is oud, saffron, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. This is the grown-up, sexy big brother of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Grown-up, more sexy, mature Oud Wood. It's got a little bit of a kind of musky, masculine skankiness to it, just a little bit, but the rest of the scent profile really resembles Oud Wood. But like I said, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more mature version of Oud Wood. I'll take it. Check this one out from the brand of Fragrance Du Bois, Oud Noir Intense. All right, guys, the next fragrance is one of the newer releases from the brand of Mind Games. It is a sexy mofo. This is called Operam Mate. Operam Mate, man, this stuff is good. Roasted chestnut, a cream brulee accord, caramel, and sweet. God, this is so good. Now, again, I told you that roasted chestnuts can be a little bit polarizing in the opening. To me, it almost goes a little bit too syrupy, but that only lasts for about 5 minutes. Once it settles, my gosh, this is sexy and seductive. Sexy and seductive. Again, it is sweet, but there's like this slightly salty nuance here to kind of offset the sweetness here. One that, again, you really got to experience. You got caramel in here to help sweeten it up. I really, really enjoy this stuff, and it is really good for close encounters. So check it out from the brand of Mind Games, Operam Mate. And last but not least, guys, a fragrance that I've talked about quite a bit on the channel. Not as much here recently, but you know, in my opinion, it is a sexy fragrance from the brand of Narcotica, Doza Amber Intense. This is cypress, amber, tobacco, and vanilla bean. One of the best amber fragrances in my collection. I love coming back to this and my nose being blessed with the presence of Doza Amber Intense. It is an exceptional fragrance, and again, it's one that really, really lasts and projects. You don't need many sprays to impress your date with this one. It cuts right through the cold weather, and you smell like sexy amber goodness. So check this out, guys, from the brand of Narcotica, Doza Amber Intense. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today as I gave you 10 great, sexy date night fragrances to wear this winter. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget, guys, to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.